Welcome to FACES. In this session, we will discuss how to handle a request with multiple venues. In this example, you will see that there are several venues requested within the same building. In the School of Education, we have 3 schedulers. If you look at the event details, it gives you the name of the event. It gives you the type of event. There's also a unique reference number associated with each event. The event is in a tentative state. The requester, it gives the name of the requester, and the scheduler gives the head count. As a scheduler, it is your responsibility to edit the event. So I'm going to edit this event, and we're going to check it and make sure all the information submitted is correct. So as I go in here and I edit this event, I now see event status. And event status gives you some of the same information. But one of the things that I'm particularly concerned about, because I am a scheduler, I'm going to go over to the facilities field. And if I click on the facility field, it takes me to the facilities that are requested. I'm responsible for facility 1011. So I've checked my calendar and I know that that space is available for the date that is being requested. It is being requested for Friday, April the 25th from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. It repeats on April the 26th for the same time. So now that I know that it's available for that time and I want to confirm that that space is available, approve that space, I'm going to click on Event Confirmation. And as I go down to Event Confirmation Notes, I put a note in the Event Confirmation Note field that this space is approved. So the second scheduler would go in and do the same thing. They would look and see if the space is available that is being requested, and they would approve it. If the space is not available, then I'd ask that the schedulers try to find additional space to replace the space that's not available. So if you see here, you have 2 schedulers that have approved their space. We now have just one other scheduler that needs to approve their space. The auditorium needs to be approved, and the lobby needs to be approved, and that is the responsibility of Ray Dragon. So confirmation is on event, not on the facilities themselves. So as Ray confirm his space, and if it's available, he would be the last scheduler, so he would confirm the event, because the event now is still in a tentative state. If you click on state, you'll see that the event is in a tentative state, and the very last scheduler will change the event from tentative to confirm once all the other schedulers have approved their space. One of the other things that we need to note is, if you see also, there are resources. These are all the spaces that are requested. There are resources that are being requested as well. So one of the things that we want to do is to make sure that we send a note to the facility services so that they can provide the events that are requested. Now, one of the things that usually happen with people that are putting in requests, they'll select these requests, but they don't move them over. Every resource that is being requested has to be selected and moved over to the selected resource field, so that the requester of these, the individuals that will be refilling these requests, will know that these things have been requested. The other thing is, when you select tables, the other thing you need to do is to go in and you need to select how many tables you need for each day of your event. The event is occurring on 2 days, the 25th and the 26th. You need to identify how many tables you need on the 25th and also on the 26th. There's also a section where you can input some setup instructions if you need that. Where do you want these tables located? So the more information we have available to us, the more we'll be able to make sure that your space is set up on the day of your event. One of the other things that we should make a note of, we're going back to confirmation notes, and as I look at custom attributes, one of the things that was said is that they needed training for this event. Need training for the on training equipment. In the internal notes, um, custom attributes need training on technology. It says it right here. So one of the things we want to do is we want to make sure in the confirmation notes that we send some information to Robert Northcott. He is the manager in the ITS that is responsible for training individuals who request facilities that have equipment um, in them. He would train them how, he would go through a training session and show them how to use the equipment before the date of their event. So you want to also make sure email goes to Robert Northcott in this situation. But handling a request in one building with multiple venues or in the same building, the process is the same.